Now, I've had a loaded Springfield M1A for about the last 10 to 15 years. To me, it's an iconic battle rifle, and shooting it does not disappoint. Now, just this last year, I finally got my hands on an M1A Socom 16. Now, I've been eyeballing this gun for years, about as soon as I got the full-size M1A loaded, and I was checking this out. I finally got my hands on one, and I gotta say, it was fun, and it exceeded my expectations. Check it out. I'm Drew from Beyond Seclusion, bringing you the reviews directly here to gun.deals. Real quick, if you're not familiar with gun.deals, it's a website where you can go and share and find some of the best gun-related deals available for purchase online or in retail stores. It's awesome, guys. All you got to do is type in the gun that you're looking for or product, and it'll search and it'll show you everything that has been posted from any user company or website. Gun.deals does not sell firearms or anything else. They simply browse and search the web for the best deals, saving you a ton of time. Now, they add nothing to the cost of the product. In fact, they simply redirect you to their webpage that has the best deals. It's genius. I love it. Now, to find more info and best price for this exact gun, Google the UPC number from the description. Gun.deals is usually at the top of the search. Okay, so almost everybody is familiar with the M1A, or at least they visually recognize it. It's an iconic battle rifle, even though it had a very short service life. It was big, heavy, and the big thing for the military, it was extremely unmanageable on full auto. And that's why they changed to the M16 during the Vietnam War. Now, it's also extremely reliable, accurate, and the powerful 7.62 by 51 round, and it's a proven platform as it's basically an M1 Garand modified for 308 and to take a mag. Now, some may debate the reliability or whatever of this being an awesome battle rifle, but nobody really is going to debate the history of the M1 Garand. And really, if you know the firearm, this is an M1 Garand that's been changed to 308 and basically mag fed. Okay, so what is the Socom 16? It was intended to address the issue of big and heavy from the full-size M1A like I was just holding. Let's take a quick look at the specs and tech of this to start with. Okay, so you do a little research and you will find that it's actually about the same weight, maybe even a little bit heavier than the standard M1A with like the walnut or the fiberglass stock. Now, like the one that I have with the scope mount and all that, you're talking about 4 pounds difference. That one was coming in about 14 pounds, and this is coming in a little over 9 pounds. Now, if you compare it with the M1A loaded with a similar polymer stock, it's about 2 pounds lighter with no optics. Now, we all know there can be a huge difference between what is on paper and how it actually feels in the field. You know, the difference between holding this versus the difference between holding the other one, even though the pounds isn't as much as you might think, it feels like a huge difference. Not to mention, this is about 10 inches shorter, and when I'm moving around in heavy brush, yeah, this is a lot easier to maneuver. Okay, that's great, but how does it shoot? That was my biggest concern, was how's it gonna shoot? What kind of accuracy can I expect from this versus what I know I had with the full M1A loaded? Now, mechanically, there really is no difference. Thus, we should expect the same reliability. Okay, so the Socom 16 version that I got came with a Vortex Venom. It's not on here now, but I did do some video and some review with that on there. The mount with the Venom came directly from Springfield. One of the questions I always get is, where'd you get the mount? I don't know. You'd have to ask Springfield because it came with it. Let's see what we can do with the Vortex Venom at 100 yards, and then we're going to reach out and have some fun on the steel. Hey, that was not bad considering the ammo I was using in a red dot. More than does what it was designed and intended for. Now, it's steel banging time. Okay, let's go 400, way up on top. Hot damn, that was fun. That actually did better than I thought it was going to. It really did make me curious what I could do with a scout scope on it, which is what I have on here now. That's sort of the final evolution for me. It really did get me curious. What can I do with this scout scope? The Venom was working great, 200 and 300 yards. You know, we had a few dings at 4, and then it just couldn't do it at 5. What can we do with the scout scope? Let's check that out. So I got a couple of entry-level scout scopes that were easy on the wallet. I got a Vortex Crossfire 2, and then I got this Hilux. Let's get them zeroed at 100 and get back to banging steel. Okay, so if the ammo was growing on trees like it was a little over a year ago, I just put a whole bunch on at 200, but that's too easy. It's not a challenge. So we're just gonna start at 300 here. Okay, that's definitely easier than with the red dot. Gonna go back to 400. Okay, it's the typical good quality that we've come to expect from Vortex. The only thing that I really didn't like about the reticle, the lines were a little bit too fat for me, and they made it difficult when I was out there at 500 yards. I've got the Hilux on here, and actually this is what I ended up with. Let's take a look and see how this does. Okay, so I was getting that Hilux zeroed in at 100, started down here, and then I had a group over here, which is really impressive to me considering I'm using the Tula. Moved up here. It's hard to see at 100, so I put this target up here, had a couple more adjustments on it. And guys, I'm not kidding, that is awesome at 100 yards. That's the last group that I shot with a Tula at 100 yards. Let's start shooting some steel now. Now that's what I'm talking about. I'm happy, happy, happy. Let's get back to banging steel. Okay, so that bullet drop compensator, those lines in there, made it really easy at 400. It was the third line down in the center of the target. Let's just see if we can get 3 on there real quick, and then we'll try 5. Nice. Outstanding. Honestly, this exceeded my expectations. Just when I thought it could not get better, I found some gun bling to put on this. Now, when I was out at South Carolina at the gathering, I discovered this Ryker grip. Okay. The whole idea behind this is to decrease muscle fatigue when standing, but also increase stability. Let's check it out. Okay, before the wind picks up too much here, we're going to try giving this a try. I'm going to reach out there at 200. I'm going to hold it the traditional style. I'm using the Tula, the same as I did for the optics review. Let's see how we can do. It's hard to hold still. It really moves around. All right. Now, so fatigue is not an issue. I'm going to wait a few minutes, let the shoulders just totally chill out. And then I'm going to come back and we'll try the same thing with the Ryker grip. Okay, so it's been about 5 or 10 minutes, more than enough time. Now I'm going to try it with the Ryker grip, same distance. It's not earth-shattering. It's rock solid versus it's moving around. The only way that you're really going to know is actually hold it and look down the optic. But there is a difference. You can see it there. Before the wind picks up too much here, it's not bad. Shouldn't really have much impact here. We're going to try 300 yards with a Ryker. Getting harder. Let's give it a try one more time. It's easier right when you get started. Well, for 300 yards standing, that's okay. Okay, so when Ryker sent me the grip, when I was out in South Carolina, they had a prototype rail on there. They sent me the newest prototype that should be good to go. For me, that was just screaming to put a pressure pad on it. And then I wanted to put my Viridian X5L on here. It seemed like the perfect setup for CQB because I've got a scout scope on here. I can still do short distances, but really with a scout scope, 50 yards and under is going to be pushing it, especially under 50 yards. So what I want to do is I'm going to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. My neighbors love me, and we're going to test this out right here on the deck at 50 yards and see what we can do. And then I'm going to go back in the trees, and I've got, kind of my CQB range back there. It'll be daylight, but we'll use just the laser and see how fast we can transition between the steel targets at ranges going from 20 to 50 yards.
That was awesome.
There you have it, guys. You decide what you think. If you haven't checked me out on YouTube, come on over, check it out. Until next time on gun.deals, happy shooting. Educate our young people to shooting and gun safety, and be a safe and responsible gun owner.